Alright, what is up you guys? I am back. It's a new day and I just want to show you guys real quick. I finished these. These are the mounts. We made this one last night and I just finished this one right now. So as you could see, here's the mounts. They look real good. Alright guys, so we're down here underneath the truck. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna just put the mount up in place and hopefully we can measure out how much we need to trim from it. Alright, so this is the trans mount. That's what it's gonna look like all mounted up. What we need to do is we need to trim down these arms to where they'll fit flush with our plates. So that's one of our plates right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a Sharpie and mark it and then trim it down to that size. Alright, what is up you guys? It is now day 3 of this whole little Crossmember build, but we're pretty close. That's everything right there. Got some bolts in there to hold it on. I've tested it out, it fits, it works fine. So what we've got to do is we got to do our final welding, and once we do that, it's ready to bolt up and we're good to go. Alright, so everything's all finished welded. Everything looks really good. Solid as a rock. So we're gonna go ahead and get this puppy up there. And then the last thing I need to do is I need to drill 2 holes up here on each side for it to mount to the frame. And then we're all done. Alright guys, what is up? It is now day 4 or day 5. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest, of this stupid trans Crossmember thing. But real quick, I just want to talk to you guys. When you're building a car, things come up and there's nothing you can do to change that. I started this thing, I don't know, 3-4 days ago, and it's now, you know, 3-4 days later and it still isn't mounted up, but that doesn't matter. The biggest thing is you gotta just finish. You know, sometimes I get home after work and I'm tired and I just don't really feel like working on the car. But whether you just do a little thing or you do a big thing, it's still progress. So to you guys that are wanting to build a car or are building a car, just remember that it's not always the biggest thing you could tackle. It's the small steps that it takes to get to the big idea. Now, enough ranting. The Crossmember is done. It's right there. Crossmember is done. We just got to get it mounted up, and yeah. So there's nothing left to do but get it mounted up. All right, so we're back under here once again. We just got to get this puppy mounted up, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to drill the holes I need tonight, but I can at least mark them and drill them tomorrow. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this puppy mounted up. All right, so it's mounted up. I just have to drop the jack and it'll lower down the transmission with it. I did notice that it is sitting a little bit high. So this is with the jack raised up. So you can see it's gonna drop down a good 2-3 inches once we lower the jack. And that leaves not very much room, or not as much room as I would like, between this and the Crossmember. The truck is actually sitting on some jack stands up there. So when the truck is lowered, which I don't think it's gonna get, or I'm gonna prevent it from getting that low, but when the truck is actually lowered, when the airbags are collapsed, this thing's gonna be pretty much, you know, a couple inches away from the floor. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but, you know, we'll just see. If anything, what I'm thinking is I can maybe make some like polyurethane or rubber mounts that can go in between that and act as a spacer to kind of raise the transmission up a little bit to sit where it is now. This is actually a pretty decent height for the transmission. You can see we're not hitting the wall, or we're not hitting the floor up there yet. And the drive shaft is pretty much a straight shot to the rear end, which is good. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly yet what I'm gonna do about that. I might just let it slide for a little bit, just mount these plates up. Yeah, not 100% sure on that one yet, but we'll see. For now, I'm gonna say that this Crossmember is done. Like I said, I still have to drill a total of 4 holes and mount it to the actual frame, but you guys don't need to see that. So I think I'm gonna call this one a wrap, guys. This Crossmember turned out to be a lot of work. It was a universal Crossmember. It was only like $70 maybe. Would I recommend it? I don't know, it's up to you. Do you have time to modify things? It would work really well the way it came, but my frame rails were too high and it would have left the transmission way too high. So I had to modify something. And that's just what happens when you buy universal things, or when you're working on stuff like this that doesn't have, you know, parts just readily available. You gotta be able to modify your own stuff. You gotta be able to fabricate things. You gotta be able to do what you gotta do. So yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. And I know I've been slacking on the uploads. I said I would be, you know, at least uploading on a weekly basis, which I'm really trying hard to do. But if you guys enjoy what I'm doing here, please leave me a subscribe. It would help me out tremendously. I'm trying to get up to that 1,000 subscriber mark because of YouTube's new rules to be able to monetize my stuff. So if you guys subscribe to me, I'd really appreciate it. And also comment down below, let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know if you guys have any questions, either on LS stuff or just the truck in general, or anything really. I'm open for you guys. This is what I do it for. I do it for you guys. So again, have a good night, guys.